Hello, and welcome to Strange Solutions. I am your Darren. I am your host, Darren. Yes, I am your Darren. I'm your host, Darren, and I am playing Arkham Horror, the living card game in Lackey CCG. I am playing as Ursula Downs, and I am currently taking her through her stride in Dunwich. So yes, thus far, I have made it to the Essex County Express. So there you go. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. We will, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do more reading like I said before. So we're going to start off here with Agenda 1A, A Tear in Reality. As the train to Dunwich comes to a jarring stop, you look out the window behind you and you see an immense tear in the sky, like a rip in a piece of cloth. Several of the rearmost train cars are pulled backward, and there is a dreadful metallic crunch as they are detached. The train cars topple upward and into the rift in the sky. Nearby passengers are panicking. Others are cowering in their seats, and one elderly man has fainted in fear. And that has a doom threshold of 4. Act 1A. Run! The train has stopped on a bridge high above the Miskatonic River. You might be able to survive the fall, but you don't like your chances. Your best bet is to make your way to the engine car as fast as you can and get the train running again. Objective: if an investigator enters the engine car, immediately advance. We start off in the sleeping car, which is a 4-shroud location with 1 clue. The sleeping car is connected to the locations to the left and right of it. It has an action, gain 3 resources. Remember that you have stolen a passenger's luggage. Group limit once per game. And then, as you know, the next train car, you cannot enter it until you have gotten all the clues off the previous location. So let's go ahead and do our mulligan. I definitely want either the disc or Ellie, so I think I want the disc more, so I'm going to go ahead and just discard Ellie. I don't think I'm going to need that logical reasoning right away, but I do like this magnifying glass, and I like Unearth the Ancients to get out the disc. So we will draw 2 cards. We will discard, or we will shuffle that back in the deck. And I think we're ready to get started here. So, alright. Well, magnifying glass costs 0 and it's fast, so we're going to put that out. Still have 3 actions. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Unearth the Ancients to try and put out the disc. So this will be a 4, because it is an investigate action, and this, you get the +1 book while investigating, so this will be a 4/5 to 3. Do you think I'm going to go ahead and commit my perception to that? 7 to 3. Will make sense in a moment. Oh, of course, the auto fail. That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. So action 2, I'm going to go ahead and steal from some luggage and get 3 resources. 2, 3. And I'm going to go ahead and put out the disc. That's my 3 actions. I will draw a card and gain a resource. Add a doom to the agenda and draw an encounter card. That is a hapless passenger. You put it into play at the location to your left, at your location if you cannot, which I cannot, and it has a parlay action to take control of the helpless passenger. It also has surge, so we will go ahead and do another encounter card. That's an Ancient Evils, just speeding things up. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and take the parlay action on the helpless passenger. Now I'll investigate at a 4/5 to 4. I'll commit a perception, 7 to 4. Come on, Chaos Bag, be nicer this time. Well, that's the auto pass, so, or not auto pass, but she gets a +1. And then I may, so I'll gain that clue. I'll draw a card. I'll get discarded. I'm going to go ahead and discard this. So I've taken one action, which was an investigate action. I'm going to move from her Elder Sign effect. Parlor car is connected to the locations left and right. Parlor car cannot be investigated. Spend the resources discover one clue at the parlor car. Well, booey. I mean, I'll go ahead and spend the 3 resources. Getting that clue. Oops, I did not add the clue to me from that. Okay. So thus far I've investigated and I've used this action here. I'll go ahead and move one more time. My final action. Passenger car. Passenger cars is connected to the locations left and right of it. After you enter a passenger car, you must either discard cards from your hand with at least 2 total feet icons or take 2 damage. So, I think Inquiring Mind fits that bill because it has... So I think an FAQ recently came out that I could discard this and take 1 damage. But I kind of like Eureka. I'm going to just discard the Inquiring Mind and use the question marks as feet. And then I'm going to take the investigate, her free investigate action. So this would be a 4-5 to 1. Gas bag. That's a skull, so that's a -1. Alright. Upkeep phase. I draw a card and gain a resource. Add a Doom. And we will draw an encounter card, which is Terror from Beyond. I will choose Asset. Peril. It's a hex, it's a terror, it is a peril revolution. Choose one of the following card types: Asset, Event, or Skill. I'm choosing Asset. Each player must discard each card from his or her hand that is of the chosen card type. This is not the first, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to worry about the rest of that because it doesn't really apply. And that whiffs because I don't have any assets. Nice, huh? Alright, I have 3 actions. I will investigate. 5 to 1. -1. I'll investigate again. That's a pass. Final action, I will move. Wow, she's fast. After you reveal the dining car, search the encounter card or discard power for grappling horror and draw it. Grappling horror. I will shuffle. Alright, and then I will discard the disc to discard the grappling horror. That is my actions. I will draw a card, gain resource, add a Doom, but that meets the Doom threshold, so we'll go ahead and flip this. Keep moving! The rearmost car of the train detaches as it is pulled backward. To your horror, it rises off the tracks and is consumed by the gate above you. Remove the leftmost location from the game and replace it in the victory display if it has victory X and no clues on it. Each investigator at that location is defeated. Each enemy and asset at that location is discarded. Discard all clues controlled by investigators. So I now have no clues. And this gets just removed. Alrighty. We need to put out the next agenda. Agenda 2A. The mall widens. The tear grows larger, and you can feel the rearmost car of the train shaking as it's pulled backward. The situation threatens to erupt into chaos as more passengers realize the danger they're in. Some passengers are looking for places to hide, while others are running about the compartments in terror. Alright, and counter card is another Terror from Beyond. I will say Asset. Again, is Hex's Terror Peril. Choose one of the following card types: Asset, Event, Skill. I'm choosing Asset. Each player must discard each card of that type in the hand. I wonder if this is another one of those that you would have to change the game state, but it says to choose one. I might have to look that up. Interesting. I might have been playing that wrong. Oh well. Somebody let me know if I've been playing that wrong all this time. Because I'm not changing the game state. Alright. 3 actions. First action, I will move to this chain car. After you enter the passenger car, you must either discard cards from your hand with at least 2 total book icons or take 2 horror. I will discard the Unearth the Ancients. I will use Ursula's reaction ability to investigate, so this will be a 5 to 3. I'm going to go ahead and commit the Eureka to that, making it a 6 to 3. So that's a pass. Grab that clue. We'll look at the top 3 cards in my deck. I think I want another one of those discs, so I'm going to get Ellie. Discard. Next action, I'm going to go ahead and play it, Ellie. So it's 9. Is that correct? Yes. That it is. That's a whiff. Oh well. She makes for some decent soak. And I will investigate at a 5 to 3. Chaos bag. Ooh, that's a fail. Alright. Upkeep phase, I'll draw a card. Gain a resource. Add a doom. And draw an encounter card. That's an Acolyte. So we're gonna pop next round. That's fine. I just put him back here. Acolyte is a humanoid cultist who spawns at any empty location. After he enters play, place 1 doom on it. This is empty, so I'm going to go back here and get sucked up by the thing. We will investigate. So this is a -2 for 5. That's a pass. Excuse me. So it's action 1. Action 2, I'll go to the next chain card. 2 total passenger car. After you enter passenger car, you must either discard cards from your hand with at least 2 total willpower icons or take 2 horror. I will go ahead and just discard logical reasoning. I will do her pre-investigate, so it's a 5 to 2. Let's pass. Last action, I will investigate. That's a pass. Enemy phase, nothing to worry about. Upkeep phase, I'll draw a card and gain a resource. For those phase, we will add a doom, which meets the doom threshold, so I'll go ahead and just remove that and just flip this. Don't stop! The next train car is ripped backward with violent force. A middle-aged man hangs from his fingertips as the car flies unhindered toward the rift. In moments, the car is consumed whole, and the man lets go rather than be pulled into the void. He starts to fall, but is caught by the rift's force and pulled inside it anyway. Remove the leftmost location from the game, or place it in the victory display if it has victory X and no clues on it. Each investigator at that location is defeated. Each enemy and asset at that location is discarded. Discard all clues controlled by investigators. So I will do that first. He gets discarded. Kind of imagine he was the old man. This goes to the victory display. They will go to Agenda 3A. Rolling backward. The pull of the rift in the sky seems to grow stronger, and the entire train begins to roll backward along the tracks. The rearmost cars of the train begin to rattle, the force of the rift threatening to detach them. You must get out of these cars as fast as you can. It has a doom threshold of 4. Let's go ahead and get back to our hand before we draw an encounter card. That is an Ancient Evils. I don't think I read this last time. Ancient Evils is an omen. Place 1 doom on the current agenda. This effect may cause the current agenda to advance. It's actually part of what makes this one really hard. Alright. I'm not going to worry about putting this down because I only have one more location to go to. And I'm going to do that now. So, action 1 is going to be move to the train car. I will reveal that, but I'm going to do, I believe this happens first. So I've got 2 actions left. I'm going to signify that real quick. Wings of Steam. A tender card filled with coal blocks your way to the engine cab. Swallowing your fear, you climb out of the nearby window and clamber onto the roof of the train, making your way across the tender car. The steady backward motion of the train makes it difficult for you to keep your footing. As you get close, a winged creature swoops down from above, its body composed of piping hot steam. You must choose one. Test Agility 3 to attempt to dodge the creature. If you fail, you leap too far and barely grip the side of the train, hanging on for dear life. Although you manage to pull yourself up, the experience is terrifying. You suffer 1 mental trauma if you fail. Or as a combat test of 3. I'm going to do the agility test because that makes the most sense because my agility is 4 and my combat is only 1. So this will be a 4 to 3. I will commit a Pathfinder to it to make it 5 to 3. Chaos Bag. Woohoo! That's pass. I'm not going to move. So I pass that. So no reason to read anything else from there. Get the engine running! You managed to make it to the engine cab, but now you must get the engine started again so that you can outrun the pulling of the gate. Objective: if there are no clues on the engine car, immediately advance. The engine car that I pulled is the one shroud one with 2 clues per investigator. Forced after you reveal the engine card, draw the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. Boo! Alright, this is B1. I'm gonna just pull the cultist that's in this guy here. I'm just gonna put him there. Put it in one. And then we'll just discard that. Alright. This is 2. Frozen and Veer, that's fine. Frozen Veer is a terror. Put Frozen and Veer into play in your threat area. The first time you perform one of the following actions: move, fight, or evade. Each round it costs 1 additional action. At the end of your turn, you can test Willpower 3. If you succeed, discard Frozen and Fear. That other one that I just did, Mysterious Chanting, is a Hex Revelation. Place 2 Doom on the nearest cultist enemy. If there are no cultist enemies in play, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a cultist enemy and draw it. Shuffle the encounter deck. Oh. I'm only going to do that. If I would have had to search the encounter deck, I would have, but I'm not going to do it for that. And finally, 3. Emergent Monstrosity. It comes into play exhausted. And it comes into play at my location because there's not a location to the right. Monster Abomination. It has a combat of 4, 5 health, and 3 agility. Spawn to the location to your right, or your location if there's no location to your right. Emergent Monstrosity enters play exhausted, and it has a victory of 1. It does 2 damage and has 2 sanity damage. Alright, I'm going to use her reaction to investigate. So this will be a 5 to 1 Chaos Bag. That's the auto fail. That's nice. Alright, this will be action. This will be action 2. That is a -1. I passed that. Alright. Come on, Chaos Bag. Be nice. This is our final action right here. That's my stew, so let's pass. Kind of glad that I got the emergent monstrosity. After all that, like, if it had been the one that the one that I had to take care of earlier when I just did it with the disc, that would have made things a little bit easier, a little harder. We'll flip. Forward motion. The engine roars to life and kicks into motion. You shovel coal into the engine's firebox and are relieved to see the train is moving forward along the tracks once again. So, yep, that was successful. That was a successful run at Essex County Express. Ursula does pretty good at that one. This is, I think, my maybe third game of it. I did 2 test runs of this. The first one went really good. My second one, much like this one, I didn't get Pathfinder until late. My first time I did a playthrough, I had 2 Pathfinders out, and I was blazing through the train. So yeah, that's exciting. But anyway, I just wanted to get this recording out there, so I will record everything for this and get that put out there. As always, if you want to get in contact with me, I'm in most of the places as Jacques Steampunk. You can also contact me through this video, but also the Reddit as well. Of course, if you've liked my video, don't hesitate to give me a thumbs up or subscribe, and leave comments below if you have any comments or questions. But as usual, until next time, thank you for watching, and have a great day.